Hello VC, this is Bev here. This video was supposed to be done at the weekend, but things got in the way as usual, and I'm kind of feeling a bit off as well over the weekend, so I'm doing it now. I've picked up a few things over the last week or two from charity shops and eBay. And I'm delighted to say I've landed a couple of additions to my Def Leppard collection to fill in a couple of gaps, and absolutely amazed at the price that they cost me. Just couldn't have been better for the price and the condition, so I'm delighted with them. So I will just get shown what I've got now. So I have one cassette, so we'll do that first. This was one I spotted on eBay going for a song, and it's Eddie Money and his album Nothing to Lose from 1988. He's on CBS. And the reason I picked this up because I became aware of Eddie Money again through listening to the US charts back in the day through my radio, because Eddie Money, he wasn't well known in the UK. I don't think he ever kind of took off in the UK, or whether he released his songs in the UK charts, but I never heard of him over this side of the pond. But you know, and I heard the song Walk on Water, which is the opening track on here, and I really loved that song. It's pretty cool. So I thought, well, I spotted this, I thought, yeah, I'm going to just get that and see what the whole album's like. So this is a 1988 album, and it'll be my first time listening to the whole album. I did record the song Walk on Water off the radio at the time, as you did back in the day. And it was in really nice condition, pretty decent. So that is that. And very cheap. So one cassette. What will I go with next? I'll just show. I'll show the vinyl next. I think I've got it to hand here. So. One of the gaps I needed to fill in my Def Leppard collection was I needed one of the Hysteria singles. I've got all the other ones, and I needed to get a hold of one of the singles on 7-inch. I have it on 12-inch. I wanted the 7-inch just to complete the set, if you like, which is the single Hysteria itself. And I spotted this on eBay. 99p starting bid, put in the bid. I had put in a few pounds in case other bidders came along, but no one else put in a bid, and I won it, and it is in literally, well, I won't say mint, but near mint condition. There is not a mark on the sleeve, not a speck of dirt. It is as crispy as the day it was published. And the record as well, there is no marks, there is barely a mark. In fact, no, I think I had a good scrutinise over this. There's one light surface mark on side 2, but you know, it looks like it's been barely played. So that is Def Leppard Hysteria, UK release. The flip side is Riding to the Sun, which was originally on their EP in 1979, but they did a reworked version of it, featuring Phil Collen and Rick Allen, because they didn't feature on the original version. So this was recorded in 87, as was Hysteria, obviously. So I now have the full set of singles, and as I say, for 99p plus postage, so it was about roughly £2 to get it delivered to the house. So I couldn't be more happy with that. So that's one. The other one, which was one I have this single, again from eBay. but I was after a specific type. This is Armageddon at the 7-inch, the Atomic mix, which is basically the album version. The 12-inch is known as the Nuclear mix. Again, near mint, not a mark on it, no edge wear, nothing. On this one there's just the slight kind of little bit of edging at the top here, but the record itself is spotless. And the reason I specifically went for this one is there's some pressings of Armageddon that have this white customised label with Armageddon in exploding letters. This is the one I wanted because the one I have is just got the standard, it's like a silver, the terms just escaped me again. What is it? Mould injection, mould injected they call it or something. Injection mould, something like that. And it was just plain silver, and you know, and it didn't have any customised logos of that on it. So I have 2 copies of that one, but I wanted this one specifically with the white labels. And on the flip side of this is again the UK single. We have Ring of Fire on this one, which is another cool song. So yeah, and again, 99 pence. Starting, and again, you know, nobody else bid, and I was ecstatic to get such good condition. And another single, I got the same seller that was selling Armageddon, the same seller was selling this one, which I have never seen anywhere before. So I thought, oh, I'll jump at that. And this is Hipsway. They were a band from Scotland. They had an album out, and this is one of the singles off it, and it's called The Honey Thief, and this came out in 1986. Really cool song, this. I've always liked it. It's kind of pop rocky kind of thing, but really good song from back in the day. So I just, and again, it's in lovely condition, near mint. This is on the Mercury label, and that's the yellow Mercury label there. And side B, you've got Wild Sorrow, which is a song I've never heard actually. It's not on their album. In fact, I can't really remember. Does it tell you here? It doesn't say from the album, whatever, blah de blah. So that was another nice find. In the charity shop, I came across this. It's a single I have been after for ages. Interestingly enough, Richard Marx has been mentioned a couple of times recently in the VCs, so I walked into a charity shop, and here and amongst the records was this. This is the 12-inch single of Hold On To The Nights. It's a maxi single. I think this is either a German import or a US import. It's EMI Manhattan, and on side A you've got Hold On To The Nights, the LP edit, which is a single version. On side B you've got Hold On To The Nights live, and another song, Lonely Heart. And Hold On To The Nights is my favourite song of Richard Marx. It's a ballad, but it's got so much feeling in it. It's just such a lovely song. And I've always liked it since I first heard it. Again, this was out in the American charts. I don't think this ever was released in the UK, this one. In the UK, he had a huge hit with Right Here Waiting, but not this one. Again, it was due to listening to the US charts that I discovered this. So yeah, and it was $2.99 in the charity shop. I thought, yeah, okay, I'm having that, because I've seen it on eBay before, quite pricey, and I didn't really want to pay too much as far as that goes. But it's in really nice condition. Record plays lovely. EMI Manhattan. So that was a good find. And the last vinyl record I picked up, which was in the the charity shop as well, and again it was $2.99, and I thought, why not, I'll just get this. Just gonna get that out. The computer made a noise. I'll just get it, and there is a specific reason why I bought it, but and this is Chicago, and it's If You Leave Me Now. Now I don't know if this is I think it's like a compilation album, to be honest with you, from some of their hits, because it is an album. You've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 tracks, 5 on each side. And obviously it starts off with the song If You Leave Me Now, and it's got a bunch of other tracks, and they're all dated different years. This is what makes me think this is a compilation. So yeah, Chicago If You Leave Me Now, $2.99. The reason I bought this, I'm not hugely into Chicago, but I don't mind some of their songs. The reason I bought this was because the song If You Leave Me Now was #1 in the UK charts here on the very day I was born in 1976. I didn't know that until, I don't know, a couple of years ago actually. And I just googled it, I think, and discovered that this was the song. So I thought, I'll just have that, and it's quite a nice song. To say, it's not too bad. Record's in great condition. So that's the vinyl. No metal in amongst the vinyl, just, I guess, hard rock for Def Leppard. Lastly, the CDs. So again, from the charity shop, I decided to pick this up. It's the only CD that I found that was of any decency, and I don't know if you can see it very well, because it's, but yeah, it's Dream Theater, and this is called A Dramatic Turn of Events, this album. Interesting cover as well, actually. On front and back covers, spinning plates through the clouds. So yeah, Dream Theater, and I am aware of the type. They're kind of, well, what are they? They're kind of progressive, I'm not so sure symphonic, but more progressive, proggy band. And I know John Petrucci's in this band, and I have heard the odd bit and piece on YouTube, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I saw this and I thought, what an opportunity just to pick it up and see what they sound like. As I say, I'm not too familiar with Dream Theater, but they are someone I'm quite happy to have a listen to and see whether I like them or not. So, and the CD was in great condition inside. So I haven't listened to this yet, so I will be looking forward to giving that a spin. And so that was the charity shop, and the other 3 came from eBay as well. And I'm really chuffed to pick these up. This one is Running Wild, and it's their album Victory. Now this one was 1999, so this one's a bit later on. Obviously it's 10 years after the epic Death or Glory. And I think there's been a few mixed reviews that this one isn't one of their better ones, but I have listened to it and I really enjoy it. Again, it's full of power and energy. And this is it's an original pressing as far as I know, but this, by now they're on the Gun record label, Great Unlimited Noises, or Gun /BMG, because BMG are on here as well, but so there's the disc. It's rock and roll here. So yep, there's 12 tracks on here. Another one I found at a not too bad price is the first years of piracy. This is kind of like a compilation of some of their great tracks from the 80s. It starts off with Under Jolly Roger. You know, you've got Branded and Exiled, Soldiers of Hell, Raise Your Fist. I can't read that one, it's the fancy writing. Fight the Oppression, Marching to Die, etc, etc. So this is dated 1991, and this is an original pressing. But I have this has just been reissued with the Pieces of 8 box set that I just recently got. And it comes in a digipack version in there. So I was looking for the original pressing as well, that way I can put this on without having to delve into the digipack too much because it's part of the box set. I kind of want to try and keep it nice. Again, the disc's in beautiful condition, so I was really chuffed to get that. Just one of the pieces, and this one I picked up, this was a cheap price as well. This is brand new, this one, it was still sealed when I opened it. This is one of their newer, if you like, albums again, and this one is Rogues in Vogue, or Rogues on Vogue. And again, this is on the Gun record label, and this one was the year 2005. Again, this is one where some people have said this is not one of the better ones. But I haven't listened to it yet, so I can't really comment. I think at this point in time, the band was pretty much, like, had kind of depleted a bit at this point. A lot of members had left, and it was really just Rock and Rolf, or Rolf, I forget his surname, who pretty much wrote the whole thing and did most of the recording of this himself. He did get some musicians in to help him out, with drums and bass, etc. So we've got 11 tracks on this one, so I am quite interested to listen to all these Running Wilds as well. You know, I mean, I've got really into Running Wilds, so they're a band I am probably looking to get all of their stuff over the course of time, and these ones that I managed to find at decent prices, some of the cheaper ones I have picked up. So that is my latest. Also want to just have say a quick well done to Jon, Vinylizer Jon, who just a few days ago passed 1,000 subscribers to his channel, which is an absolutely amazing feat, and it just goes to prove that people enjoy your channel, Jon. So I hope you get the buzz back soon. But you know, it's cool. Just take your time, and we'll hope to see you soon. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in another video. Bye just now.